Hi, this is Janae from Designs by JuJu, and in this video I will demonstrate how to do a bean stitch style applique design. I already have my base fabric hooped, and I have prepared all of my applique fabrics with Heat-n-Bond Lite. And so once that's fused on, then you just pull the paper off and you will see a shiny side to it. This will make trimming easier. It also prevents fraying when the project is done because we'll be able to fuse the fabric down to our base item. I've got my threads picked out and also scissors for trimming the applique fabric, and depending on what scissors you have and what you prefer, there are lots of choices. My personal preference are these tiny little scissors that came with my embroidery machine, mainly because I'm kind of ambidextrous when it comes to cutting, and I can use both my left and right hand with these tiny little scissors, but you'll just want to pick whichever type of applique scissor works best for you. All right, let's head to the machine. The first step of the design is going to be the placement step for the snowman face. I have black thread loaded to my machine because I'm going to use black for the bean stitch steps for both the snow and the carrot nose. So I just have black already loaded. So I will lower my foot and hit start. Once the placement line has been stitched out, I will lay my applique fabric over the shape, making sure that there is at least 1/2 inch of fabric around all 4 sides. And once I have that in place, I will lower my foot and stitch the tack down stitch, which is going to be, you'll see it happen. It'll be a single run around the whole shape, and then immediately following it will do bean stitches for the finished edges. The machine's going to stop and tie off here and do a jump stitch as it moves to a different section of bean stitches. If your machine doesn't automatically trim that jump for you, then you will need to trim it manually at the end. All right, now we'll remove this from the hoop to trim out the shape. When I trim this shape out, the areas where there's a running stitch means there's going to be another fabric tacked down over it. So that's going to happen for the hat, and that's going to happen for the nose. But the areas that have the bean stitch are going to be the final edges, and we like to trim that about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch away from the line. So I'm just going to start right here and then just neatly trim, leaving somewhere between 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch all the way around. When I get to this part, it's really up to you. You can trim it really close to the tack down line, or you can go ahead and leave a little bit of an echo. It often depends on what fabric is going to be over it. So since I'm going to be laying a dark fabric over this, it won't really matter because there's not going to be much shadowing. If it were the reverse, if the black was the first that I tacked down, I probably would want to trim neatly so that the black wouldn't show through the white fabric on top. I'm going to pause here and finish my trimming. All right, I've trimmed out my shape, leaving about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch all the way around the bean stitches, and then trimmed relatively neatly around the rest of the shape. And it's time to move on to the next step of the design. And in this case, we move immediately to the eyes. The eyes and mouths are stitched in sequence before the carrot nose is tacked down because we want to make sure that the carrot nose actually overlaps the black stitching here. And depending on how much of a seam allowance you want around your carrot nose, it's also important that the black eyes are stitched first. So that's why those steps came. The next step is going to be the placement line for the nose, so we know exactly how far down it extends. And again, I'm still using black thread for this. The tack down step has stitched for the carrot nose. So just like the first fabric, I'm going to lay my carrot nose fabric over the line, making sure that I'm covering it sufficiently on all edges. And this will stitch one pass of running stitches to tack it down, and then immediately go into the bean stitches. Now I will remove it from the hoop and carefully trim that shape. It's important as you're trimming out the carrot that you remember things are going on beneath the surface. So if you fold this up, you want to be careful that you don't accidentally cut the bottom applique fabric. And then as we get closer to this, you also want to make sure that you don't accidentally snip those stitches. So trim very carefully as you go around the shape. Now that the nose has been trimmed, I'm going to stitch the next step, which is the placement step for the hat. The placement stitch for this hat has stitched out, and I'm going to lay my fabric again over it to make sure that it is covering all the edges. Now in this case, we've been using black thread because it provides a really great contrast between the fabric and adds a distinct definition. Think of like a coloring book lines. But for the black hat, I'm going to switch and use white thread. And so I need to make that thread change now. Because I've got black thread currently on my machine. All right, my off-white thread is loaded to my machine, and so now I will run this. It's going to do a quick tack down pass around the whole outside edge, and then we'll do bean stitches around the edge as well as bean stitch detail across the brim of the hat. All right, now I'll remove it from the hoop and trim out the hat. Now that all of the fabrics have been trimmed and I've gone over and made sure that I have them all trimmed out as neatly as possible, it would be wise to go ahead and fuse the fabrics before moving on to the last two steps. If your large iron doesn't fit in your hoop, then picking a mini iron would be good for that. Now that the hat is trimmed, the final two design steps are stitching the leaves and holly leaves and the berries on his hat. So I have my green thread loaded, and I will stitch the leaves first and then finish up the berries. It is important that you trim the fabric before you stitch these leaves, because otherwise, as this leaf stitches onto the background fabric, you would have the applique fabric in the wrong place. And with that, our little snowman is complete. Okay. At this point, if you haven't already fused your fabrics, then you could take this to your ironing board and fuse the fabrics down. That will prevent fraying long term. Thank you for watching. We can't wait to see how you use this free snowman design on your projects.